We've ranked the 10 deadliest places in our own solar system. And as bad as Venus, Io, and Jupiter turned out to be, they're practically resort destinations compared to what's out there beyond our sun. Astronomers have found worlds where it rains molten glass, sideways, at 5,000 miles per hour. Planets where the iron in the air condenses into metal rain every night and evaporates back into vapor every morning. Worlds tidally locked to their stars, with one side a permanent ocean of lava and the other a frozen, lightless wasteland. Today we're leaving our solar system behind completely and counting down the 10 deadliest exoplanets ever discovered. Worlds so hostile that nothing we've ever built could survive them, and nothing we can currently imagine could live on them. This is part 4 of our Space Will Kill You series. We've covered what kills you in space, what space can do to you on Earth, and the deadliest places in our own solar system. Now we're going interstellar. Subscribe if you're new here, and let's count down from 10. Number 10, Kepler 7b. Before we get to the planets actively trying to shred you with molten metal, let's start with one that's deeply wrong in a quieter, more unsettling way. Kepler 7b is one of the so-called hot Jupiters, a gas giant roughly 1.5 times the width of Jupiter, but so close to its host star and so superheated that its atmosphere has puffed out like a balloon. The result is a planet with roughly half the density of water, meaning if you could find an ocean large enough, Kepler 7b would float in it. There's no surface to land on, no atmosphere you could breathe, and the temperature on its day side exceeds 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit. The reason it opens this list is what it represents. Out there, planet doesn't mean what we think it means. Some of them barely qualify as objects. Kepler 7b is a warning that the rules of our solar system don't apply out here. Number 9, WASP 76b. This one sounds like science fiction, but it's been confirmed by astronomers using real spectroscopic data. WASP 76b is tidally locked to its star. One side bakes in permanent, unbroken daylight at temperatures exceeding 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to vaporize iron directly into the atmosphere. That iron vapor gets caught in ferocious planetary winds moving at roughly 11,000 miles per hour, and driven to the permanent night side, where temperatures drop just enough for the iron to condense back into liquid metal droplets and fall from the sky as rain. Every night on WASP 76b's dark side, it rains molten iron. Every morning, the iron evaporates again. This cycle runs forever, on a planet that will never, ever see a sunrise or a sunset, because it's been locked to its star since before our solar system existed. Number 8, TRES-2b. Every planet reflects some light from its host star. Earth reflects about 30%. The Moon reflects about 12%. TRES-2b reflects less than 1%, making it darker than coal, darker than black acrylic paint, darker than almost any other object ever measured in the known universe. Scientists believe its atmosphere is saturated with light-absorbing chemicals, sodium, potassium, gaseous titanium oxide, that trap incoming light and convert it almost entirely into heat. Its surface temperature is around 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit. But the thing that makes TRES-2b uniquely disturbing isn't the heat, or even the total darkness. It's that we don't entirely understand why it's so dark. It absorbs more light than our best models predict. It is, in the most literal sense, a black hole you could theoretically orbit. A world that swallows light and offers almost nothing back. Number 7, GJ1214b, also nicknamed the Waterworld. It sounds almost promising. A planet with water. But this isn't ocean and beach and a blue sky. GJ1214b is roughly 2.5 times Earth's diameter, covered almost entirely in water, and wrapped in a thick, high-pressure steam atmosphere that traps heat so effectively the surface temperature sits above 400 degrees Fahrenheit. At those pressures and temperatures, the water on GJ1214b exists in states that don't naturally occur on Earth. Exotic phases of ice that form under extreme compression deep beneath the boiling surface. and superheated fluid that's simultaneously too pressurized to be a gas and too hot to be a liquid, as we'd recognize it. The water is there. It just isn't water anymore. GJ1214b is what happens when the universe builds an ocean world and then sets it on fire from the inside. Number 6. 55 Cancri e, a so-called super-Earth, and one of the most dramatic examples of what that label actually means. It's twice Earth's diameter and nearly 9 times its mass, orbiting its host star so closely that a full year there lasts just 18 Earth hours. Its surface temperature exceeds 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough that its surface is thought to be a global ocean of molten rock, with a thick atmosphere of vaporized silicates and carbon compounds rising off the lava below. For a time, scientists theorized that because of its carbon-rich composition and extreme pressures, its interior might contain enormous quantities of diamond. The reality, updated with better data, is more complicated and arguably worse. The surface is a lava world. It is tidally locked. There is no solid ground, and whatever is happening in its crushing interior, it is not waiting to be mined. It is actively, constantly, geologically ending itself, over and over, every 18 hours. Number 5. HD 209458b, nicknamed Osiris, after the Egyptian god of the dead, and for good reason. Osiris was the first exoplanet ever detected with an evaporating atmosphere, and what's happening to it is as close to a slow planetary death as anything we've ever observed. Its host star is blasting it with such intense ultraviolet radiation that the planet's upper atmosphere is being heated to 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit and literally boiling off into space. A stream of hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, and silicon fleeing the planet at tens of thousands of miles per hour. Osiris loses roughly 10,000 metric tons of atmosphere every single second. Over billions of years, if this process continues, Osiris may lose its atmosphere almost entirely, leaving behind just a naked dead rock orbiting a star in permanent silence. It is not a planet being killed. It is a planet in the process of dying. We caught it mid-collapse. Number 4. WASP-12b. If Osiris is dying slowly, WASP-12b is being devoured. It orbits its host star so tightly, completing a full year in just over 1 Earth day, that the star's tidal forces are physically ripping it apart. WASP-12b has been distorted from a sphere into an elongated egg-like shape by the immense gravitational pull dragging at its near side. Material from its atmosphere streams off continuously toward the star. Its dayside temperature exceeds 4,500 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough that even molecules break apart. Astronomers estimate WASP-12b has less than 10 million years left before its star consumes it entirely. In cosmic terms, that's a blink. We found this planet, identified what's happening to it, and we're essentially watching a planet in its final moments. A world being swallowed alive over a timescale that feels almost geological, but is, astronomically speaking, basically happening right now. Number 3. HD 189733b, and this is the one. From a distance, it looks almost like home. A beautiful deep blue planet, not unlike Earth viewed from space. That blue is not ocean. It is not sky. It is silicate particles. Essentially, tiny shards of glass, suspended in the upper atmosphere, scattering blue light exactly the way our sky does. And those glass particles don't just sit there. Winds on HD 189733b have been measured at up to 5,400 miles per hour, roughly 7 times the speed of sound. And they drive those glass shards sideways, horizontally, in a continuous planet-wide storm that never stops. To be caught in that atmosphere wouldn't be a death from heat, though the surface temperature exceeds 1,700 degrees Fahrenheit. It would be a death by sandblasting, by billions of microscopic glass shards moving at speeds that make a rifle bullet look leisurely, hitting you from every direction at once. HD 189733b looks like something you'd want to visit. It is the most beautiful way to die on this list. Number 2. Caolt 9b. This is the hottest known exoplanet in the universe, Its dayside temperature exceeds 7,800 degrees Fahrenheit, hotter than the surface of most stars, including many of the ones you can see in the night sky with the naked eye. At those temperatures, molecules can't hold together. The hydrogen and helium in KELT-9b's atmosphere are constantly being torn apart into individual atoms by the raw energy of their host star, then recombining, then being torn apart again in an endless atomic cycle. No known chemistry could exist in any stable form on KELT-9b. No material humanity has ever invented could survive in its atmosphere for any measurable length of time. It orbits so close to its host star that a full year lasts 36 hours, and it is being irradiated so severely that it is also evaporating, shedding roughly 12 times as much atmosphere per second as Osiris. KELT-9b is not a planet as much as it is a star that failed to ignite and is now burning itself out from the outside in. Number 1. TOI 849b. Every other planet on this list is still in some recognizable form. A gas giant, a water world, a lava world, something with atmosphere, something with structure, something that started as a planet and is still, in some sense, a planet. TOI 849b is what happens after. It is the exposed core of a dead world. TOI 849b is roughly the size of Neptune, but instead of Neptune's thick icy layers and atmosphere, it has almost none. What remains is a dense, bare, planetary core, iron and rock, and exotic high-pressure minerals, compressed into a sphere the mass of roughly 40 Earths, with almost no gas envelope left around it. Astronomers believe it was once a gas giant like Jupiter, and that its host star, a sun-like star, it orbits in just 18 hours, stripped it of everything: its atmosphere, its outer layers, its clouds, whatever might have floated on its surface. Left behind is the skeleton of a world, an exposed, airless, scorched remnant, orbiting a star at a distance so close that whatever was once there is simply gone. It is not a planet being destroyed. The destruction is finished. We are looking at the result. Every entry on this list could kill you in spectacular, violent, alien ways. TOI 849b simply reminds you what the final answer to all of them looks like. Nothing. A scorched core. Silence. The end state of a world that lost. 10 worlds. Each one more hostile than anything in our own solar system. Each one discovered not by sending a spacecraft there. We've never come close. But by detecting the faint wobble or shadow of a planet crossing in front of a distant star, billions of miles away. And here's the thing that keeps astronomers awake at night. These aren't rare exceptions. These are the ones we've found so far. We've confirmed over 5,000 exoplanets. We believe the galaxy contains hundreds of billions. The overwhelming majority of what's out there looks nothing like home. Which planet on today's list scared you the most? Let me know in the comments. And in the next video, we're coming back to our own solar system, because it turns out we've been underestimating our own moons. In the next video, we're ranking the most extreme moons in the solar system. Worlds with oceans of liquid methane, geysers erupting into space, and subsurface seas that might be hiding something alive. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you in the next one.